God damn, Gary. Some serious gourmet shit. What flavor is this? That's right, it's the all-hell medium roast private blend. Check out the Geek Grind Coffee Nerdrotic page for our other options like the Decadent, Feathers of Liberty, vanilla-infused flavored coffee. Or if you're looking for something darker, try the Dark Roast FNT blend of the Fellowship. You know what? Just buy all three. GeekGrindCoffee.com. Use discount code Nerdrotic. Huzzah!
Give me the meat and give it to me raw.
5 minutes later.
Salon Selectives presents hair so beautiful you feel like you just stepped out of a salon.
Salon shine, Salon Selectives, Salon glow, Salon Selectives.
Introducing Salon Selectives, new from Helene Curtis. 4 salon shampoos, 4 salon conditioners. You select the combination that will give you salon beautiful hair.
Salon style.
Feel salon beautiful every day.
Salon Selectives.
The Young and the Restless. This portion sponsored by Oil of Olay.
I hunted, Rob. I hunted for Tobey Maguire's dick.
Oh, shit. Hi. That was a rough beginning.
Hunted.
I hunted, Rob.
Welcome, everyone, to the Nerdrotic Nooner-ish. 16.
Yeah.
Sorry. A little meeting beforehand. Little powwow. How do you follow up a 2 million view video? That was
My
our
goodness.
question. We're like, you don't. you just keep doing what you're doing. You don't. Thanks, everyone, for being here. We've got a lot to talk about. Chris has seen the other movie with blue people in the water. And he can talk about it a little bit. Some Rings of Power really going for those awards that it didn't even get nominated for. Remember, it was shooting for like a People's Choice Awards. It didn't get nominated
Big
for
woof.
the best show. There's some behind the scenes footage that came out a couple weeks ago because I was traveling. Haven't been able to go over, but we're gonna give you a little smidge now. It's actually going to be in our next video, and I'm going to give you a little smidge of it if I can read my notes. Of the video as well. And what else we got? Bernard Hill.
Bernard Hill?
You say Bernard or whatever the fuck I don't know what you say in the UK. I'm gonna say Bernard Hill is based. Fucking King Theoden is based. We're gonna talk about that.
Yes.
And Ismael Cruz Cordova being nominated for a Critics' Choice Awards, which should just tell you one thing: the critics are bought and paid for shills because his performance wasn't the best in the show. It was one of the worst. I think the best thing you can say about it, it was incredibly bland. It was incredibly bland, mediocre, room temperature water in a beige room type of performance. Like nothing. It was just not memorable. He wasn't important to the story.
I didn't give him any good lines or nothing.
He just
Hey,
delivered
stand
messages.
behind girl boss number 15
Yep.
in the show. And, look pretty-ish.
And one actor, I'm gonna just pretend he took my advice. He didn't see my video, but one of at the last Rings of Power video, I'm like, if you care about your career at all, run from this show. And one did. So good man, and he was
For him.
Benjamin Stark, Joseph Malway, is that how you say his name? So let's get to the show on the road. Oh well, first let's welcome some people. Bastard. What's up, bastard? You're not a bastard to me. Ermac rules. Fat Elvis. You're just big boned. Elvis, you're just big boned. Lord Thoth. Look at all these members. Diora, Luke, ML. Who else do we got? I'm going to scroll up a little bit. Justin Simone, Star Wars Marvel purist. Oh, you're the kind of person that the Access Media loves to piss off. Dungeons and Drinking. That would probably be better in the next movie for sure. Mark Lerzeth, Teroya Hollis, Freddie York, the Mud Star, Fox 1013X, Keck 44, Manda. What's up, Manda? Andrew W. and Slim Jim Pew. Is it Pew? I just see Pew and I want to go Pew. Pew. Sorry. It's involuntary. Hail and welcome to the Nerdrotic Nooner. We'll wait for Chris to get back. How you doing, Cord Black Garrett?
Dude, I'm doing great. I'm recovered. I'm about 99% back from the illness that was given to me by my children. But, you know, that's why I love them, because they give me illnesses. And, hey, I got my Mauler plushie in the mail this week.
Oh, I did too. I should get it. I'll get it in a second. Don't let me forget.
Dude, it's nice. It's my first makeshift plushie, and I didn't realize they were so large. Large little plushies here.
Oh, wow.
I can't wait to get my
You
Gary
like
and
them
my
large.
Az. Yeah.
Oh, I got to shill that. Shouldn't I shill that?
Oh, yeah,
Well,
yeah. Link in the description.
Links
Everybody-
are in the description.
We'll introduce everybody and then we'll shill that a lot because we're in the last week. But Chris Gore, my bro. What's up, bro?
Dude, yeah. Oh, did you see that meme?
Yes, I did.
Oh my god, dude, we had so much fun. I think we were still tired on Saturday from Wednesday, where we were, bar hopping, saw the Empire Strips Back. I think you like that Ewok more than you're willing to admit, but I will say, no, look, it was so much fun. It was just like, because this is why I'm really not around in the evenings. Is I got like a movie or I'm doing something. Or meet up with friends. And then you came on like a great weekend, LA Comic-Con, which was awesome. That panel we did. Okay.
That was awesome.
It didn't get 2 million views, but for our channel, pretty big, 24,000 views in just a couple days. So that's respectable, right? And
yes, it is.
What a great, the other thing is this, like, Gary, is just seeing how many people are fans of you walking around that con. And I'm trying to think if like any of them were white. I think maybe a couple, but you have fans that are you have a broad spectrum of fans, is what I'm saying. And
diverse, you could say.
Diverse, yeah,
and that's a good thing. So I love that.
Oh no,
and that's a good thing. Don't die.
Don't die.
If you're gonna die on stream, could you do it on camera, please?
But no, just seeing like how many people are fans of you, and then like the packed room, and when we did the Q&A kind of at the end, taking questions from the audience, you could see that it was just fans across the spectrum, and it was awesome. And to see like that panel and everybody have something to contribute, like we need to do that again, and definitely doing that more, just to see, because I think it shows that like, you're not alone, we're not alone. There's a lot of people who are waking up and kind of noticing what's been going on. And just, God, it was great. LA Comic-Con was a blast.
Thanks for taking me. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to go on that panel, dude. Thanks for making that panel happen, because like it needed to.
Yeah.
It really needed to. That was a great idea. And you know what panels we were up against, like same time. BIPOC exist in fantasy and mermaids are black.
That was the actual. Oh my god,
those are the names.
Talk about reactionary.
You know what? Alls we ask is, I'm not saying fucking have those panels. I don't give a shit, but just let us have ours. That's all. Just let us have our say, and we will compete in the marketplace of ideas. And well, our panel was packed. And it was, it was pretty well, but it was pretty well publicized, but if we had a month, it would have probably been different. But like, it was as big of a room as I would say the Friday Night Tights panel was at Fan Expo, right?
Okay.
It was an LA crowd, and I thought, like, so when Chris offered, I'm going to see my mom for Vegas for a week, or Vegas. Why did I say that? I just want to go there. I went to see my mom
Vegas.
in San Diego for a weekend for Thanksgiving, and then Chris and I talked. I'm like, oh shit, I could go to LA Comic-Con. I mean, I got to stay an extra week. I got to talk to the wife, see if it's cool, and yeah, we decided it was a good idea to go into the belly of the beast and have this panel. I think it's fucking genius what Chris did. So that Star Wars girl was there, Dante, Latino Slant, Paulie, my boy, and of course Alan, who spells his name correctly, by the way.
Alan Ing.
Alan Ing. Because my middle name's Alan, so like you spell it correctly. It's not ALLEN. It's ALAN. Period. Story.
Here's the thing, Gary. It's just like you said, like those panels have all those panels, right? But like also have other voices. And I think I even said it at the top of the panel, like this is the true diversity, like diversity of thought. And this is a safe space to just air your ideas. Whereas in a lot of those panels, I've been to those panels that you described, Gary, and I feel kind of sad. I feel like a lot of people are sort of dealing with, I don't know, like self-esteem issues or like, I don't know, like all my friends never felt like that they were held back from anything, like it's just, I don't know, do your own thing.
That's all that panel was in New York when we went to that one. I keep going to that one because it's the only panel I will ever attend. But it was all of those creators, quotations, that the entire panel was just white males held me back here. White males won't let me publish my book here. White males. And it's like, do you have anything else to say? Is like, well, you're all here. So like,
I'll tell you what that is. There's a great quote. If you choose to be a victim, you become your own oppressor. They are making they are making a conscious choice to be oppressed. And like, I don't know, like to me, like, look, sure, I've been bullied at times in my life. I've had people, like try to take a shit on me for like, there's a lot of jealousy in this world of critics. You brought up the CCA, Gary. I'm in that organization, the CCA, the Critics' Choice Awards. So I have some insight into that. And can impart.
So you're the one who put Ishmael Cruz Cordova on the list. That was you.
No, I don't know what that was for, though. It depends. Like I vote in the Critics' Choice Awards, but they do these separate awards where they just choose them. I'm not a part of that. Like that's not, but it's a body of like 400 critics from all around the spectrum who vote on the big award show, which is in January. But yeah, no, when I see that, I'm like, what? No, you know what? You know who held back Spike Lee? Nobody. He just decided to make a movie. He made a movie out of NYU Film School called She's Gotta Have It. And he's a guy that like also the mainstream media hates him, which is sort of why I like when he says stuff, because he doesn't give a fuck. Like he just doesn't care. And like he's like no one held it. He does his own thing. He's an independent filmmaker. He's outside the system. And like that's kind of the way to work. Now, if you want to be like James Gunn, make trauma movies, make some small indie movies, then you want to go work for Disney, Marvel, or DC, that's your choice. And I think when you blaze a path that way as an indie filmmaker, you kind of learn a little bit more about, what's important. The creative freedom does matter. So yeah, no, like when I see panels like that and I'm like, I feel sorry for all of you. I feel sorry for all of you because you have literally put chains on yourself. So
they have, and that's that whole mentality is meant to divide, and I think more people are waking up to like a institution of power or a big organization or a multinational corporation telling you you're marginalized. Just think about that for a second. You're a marginalized person. You can't get your own ID. You don't even know how to work an app. We'll do it for you. Yeah. Fuck you. I mean, I'd be so pissed. But like that's how they're. Your boy Zach came up with the. Well, he heard it from somebody else, but he coined the term on YouTube here is purse puppy. Purse puppy. They treat you like a purse puppy. It's disgusting.
A little pet that can move around and praise. Look at my little pet here. They're the first gay black teenager in a film ever. Look at them.
So it's the
weird.
Same
it's weird.
Thing. Yeah, divide and colonize. That's exactly what they're doing, and they want to destroy what brings us together. And it really pissed me off, and it still pisses me off. My kind of like my biggest red pill moment, like because when I was starting out on YouTube, like we all start out. Well, I won't say that for everybody. I did. I was like, I don't know if I want to get involved in this shit. I saw what Gamergate was going on. I saw like the early days of Comicsgate. And then I went to a panel called Diversity in Comics. And I was, Zach didn't know who I was at the time. And I'm emailing him going, dude, you need to go to this panel. You need to go to this panel. So he probably thought it was just some crazy person. So I went to the panel. And it was Lion Forge, the publisher Lion Forge, which is no longer around. And one of the publishers. Oh, yeah. Well, it was the worst shit I've ever heard. And it was basically racism squared. So one of the women on Lion Forge said, yeah, if an Asian person comes up to me and wants to write a fantasy about black people, it's a hard pass.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, it's a hard pass. I'm like, what? Yeah, because you can only black people can write black person fantasy or an adaptation. And when I heard that, I'm like, holy shit. And people clapped. I'm like, what the? I'm like looking around. I'm like trying to give them the most shameful, like dad look I could possibly give. They didn't give a shit. They didn't give a shit. And the panel at the time, you know, it was about 2/3 full. There was a lot of people in there. I'm like, motherfucker, whoa, what the fuck is going on? And then, you know, so that's when I started going harder in the paint. And then, of course, New York Comic Con, that Antifa fucking,
yeah, my God,
that straight up commie fucking panel that we went to was unbelievable.
Bro, I was sitting in the middle of that alone before you got there. I felt like I was in a Klan meeting. It was like a reverse Klan meeting. It was the weirdest thing. It was everything that they had to say was like white male bad. They're the reason for all of our evils in the world. And these were like people that had, it was a diverse panel. No white males up there though. But like the same, like typical, like I go into a comic book store and I get challenged because I'm a woman. Like, well, no, because you went into a comic book store. Like people want to know what your knowledge base is. That's what a nerd is. I don't know if you know this, but I guess you know. That's what nerd is. You go, hey, what do you know about Superman?
Yeah, and we're actually, I mean, as a whole, we're much nicer to girls than we are to dudes. Okay, it's just it's our nature. Okay, I'm not on a dude. I will be tough on a dude. Okay, but that's the way it is. You know. And you know, it's just like, hey, we love to exchange knowledge. It's actually a term of endearment.
Yeah,
we like once it doesn't, like if you're a new fan, then you're gonna get 100 fans. Like this is the way it used to be. If you're a new fan, like, hey, I want to check out some of this anime or something, like fucking 100 people will give you suggestions. They love to share this stuff. That's the best part about nerddom. What happened to your Iron Man? He had his testicles removed after he died. That's what happened. I saw that.
He's a little black girl now.
Yeah. So the name of that, I forgot what the name of the panel was. It was like fighting fascism in comics or some shit.
Yeah.
And it was a bunch of fascists.
It was fighting fascism in fandom.
And it went down. So it was me, you, and John F. Trent in this fucking panel from Bounding into Comics. John's a great guy, by the way. Spent the weekend with him there. He was fucking cool, dude. And yeah, you know, we were trying to get the word out on this panel, and it just didn't get out at the time. We were trying to get it to pundits. We won't say which one. We were trying to get it to political pundits, going like, dude, these are the things you need to talk about. And they just, at the time, didn't think it was a big deal. This was 3 years ago. This is like 2 months before COVID started.
I made a whole documentary on it.
Yeah.
I made a whole that's why I was there, but it just didn't get published.
Can you publish it now, or is it property of somebody else?
I think it's property of somebody else. But I was trying to because I was watching you guys and I was following everything that was going on and like the Comicsgate stuff and everything. And I was like, this needs to get out because nobody's talking about the people that are infiltrating the fandoms in pop culture. And look where we are now. We're so far down that line. It's like, we could have been talking about this like for 4 years. Like,
right.
And tons of people were.
A bunch of, but I guess we had to wait for like a smoking gun. We might have a couple.
Yeah.
I'm working on another one. I don't know if I can get it. I'll definitely say it, whatever it is. I just need to be able to provide proof. I don't know if I can provide.
Cross those T's, dot those I's.
Yeah. But I'll come out with it anyway. I don't give a shit. But at this time, thanks to Chris, in a way, we did get a smoking gun, you know, and it's like, I made the analogy to the guys on Friday Night Tights. It's like the Ray Rice thing. When, you know, we heard that he slapped his girlfriend, it was one thing. But then when we saw him slap his girlfriend, it was another thing.
Yeah.
And I know what led up to it. I know all this stuff. You don't want to spit in a man's face. Doesn't mean you hit a girl in an elevator and knock her out. It's just bad. Okay. But it was the whole point is though, is the optics it's hearing is one thing. Seeing is another. Very basic shit. That's why, like, when people saw it and they're like, of course. Yeah. Yes, of course. But here it is in writing from the Writers Guild of America, providing you the proof that there is a Hollywood agenda. It was exposed. We know it. Chris Rufo exposed it within Disney, but it's a Hollywood agenda now. This isn't just one company. And maybe this is why all of their DEI web pages all sound the same. All of their it's CRT, and it's all, and when you go further down the rabbit hole and you get into the investors and the Black Rocks, it's all real. It's all there. And they're not very good at hiding it anymore. I mean, Elon,
they don't even have to.
Elon just fired a former quote in quotes FBI agent who was fucking working for the FBI and fucking Twitter, like up until a couple of days ago. So you don't think that shit's going on at Disney, Amazon, Apple, all of big tech? It's going on everywhere. And I brought up, I keep forgetting. I want to call it Paperclip, but it's Mockingbird, Operation Mockingbird. Heard of that, Chris? Chris Gore?
Yeah. Heard of it.
Yeah, it's where the CIA infiltrated all the major news organizations. It's still going on.
Yeah.
So, so we have this. We have this that was printed out for me by a nice person. We'll just say nice person. I got to make sure I'm not showing my DMs. Not that they would be that exciting. Just me roasting people. There we go. So this is there's a whole video. We could actually go over it. I haven't timestamped the video yet.
Yeah.
Has Perry
show a clip or two?
Yeah, we can show a clip or two. But there's a whole video that was on YouTube that nobody watched, which should tell you something.
Yeah.
There's no interest in this. The only interest is from activists. And that article you sent me, the New York Times article, Chris, the biggest takeaway I got from it was how prominent activists were right next to producers and directors. Isn't that weird in a creative project?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bizarre. I think it's really bizarre. Why are they making decisions about a Star Wars movie, about a fucking Rings of Power? Why are activists giving editorial power? I mean, I don't know. Are they? Do they make notes on scripts? I bet you they do. I bet you the DEI person goes over a script.
Yeah.
And they're like, can't do that. That puts them in a bad light. Apparently, Tim Burton got one past the DEI executive at Netflix.
Right.
According to some. I don't agree with that, by the way. All right. So, I mean, this has made the rounds, but the panel will bring together LGBTQ plus writers and film / TV executives to discuss the process of adapting comic book IP for film, television, with the focus of breathing life into queer characters. Either those already queer on the page or reinterpreting legacy characters in a new queer light. I was watching Tuesday night's main event yesterday, and Eric July brought up North Star, and I was thinking at the same time he brought it up. I'm like, oh, we need to make straight North Star, like Chad North Star. Like his
take their actual established
his mutant power will characters. Be reinterpreted as he can slay the most pussy as a mutant.
He gives off a pheromone to women, and they just come to him.
Like he is the North Star for women.
Yeah,
he's like the magnetic north for women. It'd be funny. But yeah, that's it. That's what I was handed. Yeah, Chris, we had we had a good conversation at the 35er, and this person also mentioned money's drying up. Did you hear that? I don't know. You were standing next to me or not. But,
I was talking to a friend of mine who's just telling me how many productions are being canceled.
Yes.
And the other indicator of that is this. This is weird. It's the holiday season. By now, I would be talking to friends who are like, hey, we're having our studio holiday party. Do you want to be my plus one? There's this holiday party, this holiday party. There are 0 Hollywood holiday parties that I've heard of. 0. And what does that tell me? It's bad optics to have a Christmas party, a holiday party, when you're about to lay a lot of people off and you're about to fire a lot of people. So literally, it's like, why are there no holiday party invites? It's like, oh, yeah, the layoffs are coming. So there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is normal for corporate. We talked about that, like the corporation I work for, that was a very small one, but for auto parts, like we canceled our holiday party.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand at first. I'm like, why? Those things are fun, but we had fired a bunch of people. That's why I was like, oh, that would not look good. So yeah, the money's drying up. And what your friend said is at one particular studio, your friend can correct me if I'm wrong. I believe he said up to 35 projects had already been canceled. 35.
Wow.
And we're never going to hear about it. It depends on the studio, right? So I don't know what studio it was, but 35 projects. 35 projects would have been all the projects for all the studios for a year at one time. Yeah, I mean, I'm showing my age, but like that's, a television has gone insane. Like I lost count of how many shows. There are hit shows that who brought up the was it yesterday? The Connors is still a TV show. I'm like, oh
yeah, I had no idea they're in like season.
No idea that was
something.
on the air. Like none. I don't watch sitcoms. I don't watch broadcast TV. I know I cover pop culture, but I just think those are dinosaurs and not even worth covering. But
well, who talks about those? Nobody talks about it. I don't see any chatter on social media at all about any of those kind of sitcoms and shows like that. Like who's watching these shows? It's got to be people like maybe it's because I'm not on Facebook and that's where all the old people are. Maybe they're talking about the Connors on Facebook, but not heard anything about it.
So, just in my short time in the belly of the beast with Chris, I was totally a shill Access Media member when I saw Violent Night, the greatest movie ever made, because they gave me a hat.
That's right. You got a hat.
Oh my God.
It is 10 out of 10. Absolute triumph. Amazing.
Yeah.
Shill.
Yeah. No, look, I thought Violent Night for what it was is fine. I had a good time.
Yeah, fine.
It's R-rated Home Alone, and David Harbour is great. I think there's more to that story, and I would see a sequel. I think but Change Your Life, will we be talking about that movie in 10 years? I am not sure. So that's the movie standing the test of time is really important. That matters.
Time, yeah. You want films to be timeless, but that's an argument that goes way back. Like, I think the first time I was really angry with Hollywood, I was 8 years old, and Annie Hall beat Star Wars for Best Picture, and I fucking hate Annie Hall for that movie. I hate it. And I don't think the movie's very good. I don't think it stands the test of time. I don't think it's fucking timeless. I don't think it's anywhere near fucking Star Wars. And I think the same, A Chariots of Fire, bunch of fucking slow English guys running in slow motion to a very good soundtrack. Don't get me wrong. Very good soundtrack. But it's not better than Raiders of the fucking Lost Ark. I could go on and on and on how stupid Hollywood, that was the first, that's where the rage started. I even got mad when E.T. won special effects over Blade Runner. I was like, what the?
Oh, that's insane. I love E.T. Don't get me
kidding
wrong,
me?
but like over Blade Runner, what?
Yeah.
Well, Gary, my theory is that movies nominated in the best special effects category have nothing to do with the special effects. That's the best genre movie category. So whatever is the best movie in that, like that appeals on a mass scale, E.T. at the time, because Blade Runner, if you forgot, Blade Runner was a flop. That
yes,
movie,
it was.
I saw it in an empty theater on opening weekend as a kid, and I love the movie, and it's one of those ones you return to because there's so many layers to it, and it was so ahead of its time. But E.T. was the mass popular movie. It was a popular genre movie that appealed. Remember that horrible song that was on the radio?
Yes.
Turn on your heart light. Oh my God, I could not stand that song. It drove me freaking nuts. And then those terrible plushie ET toys that nobody bought. They were just like everywhere. They didn't quite get the merchandising, including the Atari 2600 video game that there's a documentary about that's in a landfill.
Yeah.
They made more game cartridges than consoles existed because they were so, they so thought it was going to be a hit. It was not.
What won Best Picture over E.T.? I mean, E.T. should, like, if it won Best Picture, I'd been fine with it. like just not
Yeah.
special effects. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I agree.
Like ordinary people. I brought that up the other day. Like Hollywood made a film called Ordinary People.
Yeah.
That's the biggest problem they have with fantasy is making real drama. I hate drama. I just think it's so boring tripe. But this is one of your smoking guns, one of many. What's up, Yellow Flash? Yes, ET is better than Blade Runner. Oh, dude.
Oh, bro. Whoa.
Bro.
Hey, dog.
Oh my God. It never comes this close to using my wrench
About to beat the brakes off you.
I have
Yellow
not,
Flash,
buddy.
Yellow Flash has the right to his opinion.
He does.
I will still watch Yellow Flash and Flashcast.
Oh, but you know what? It's because Yellow Flash cried like a little baby when he thought fucking Ichi died. I'm just kidding. I love him. Go subscribe to Yellow Flash. Watch the Flashcast. They're fucking awesome. We love them.
Yeah.
But
Love
since he likes ET more than Blade Runner, I do have a clip. Oh, you're on your own, buddy.
Get out of here.
You're on your own. Oh, there you go. Good Yellow Flash, good guy, very handsome guy. He looks exactly like Drunk 3PO.
It's funny that. It's funny that.
So, you want to pull up, I guess, that video? You want to take a look at some of it, Chris?
Chris,
Are you up for
2
this?
hours long?
Let's do it. I can't wait.
Okay, and then we'll talk about Avatar. Okay. And I completely agree with Ryan last night. If you're an Avatar fan, you're an Avatar.
That was great.
What a way with words.
Okay. Yes. There's no sound.
I don't think there is sound in this.
We're so excited to have such an
That's just how it starts.
incredible group of creators and executives and all LGBT.
Oh no! Stop! Oh no! Max Visaggio is on this panel. Oh no! Oh, where are the pronouns? Maybe not everybody can fit in their pronouns.
I don't know. They got some in there.
The bigots.
Mag.
Look at the
Majority
bigots.
do. Oh my God.
James Tinian. Oh. All right. Let's see what we got going on here.
Here to talk about comic books and comic book adaptations. I really want to thank our subcommittee, Bradley Estrin Parks and Maytal Zahut, who did and put so much energy into getting all of these incredible creatives here, as well as our esteemed moderator, who was also part of the subcommittee, Eric Anthony Glover. Eric was a staff writer and story editor most recently on CW's Tom Swift, and he's published a graphic novel Black Star through Megascope, and just want to pass it off to Eric and take it away.
Thanks so much, Rob. Awesome. It's great to see everyone here. Thank you to the panelists for being here. I know, like the writers who have attended this event, I hold you all in very high esteem, and I'm just so glad that you made the time for this. Thank you so much. Also, a shout out to Rob Foreman and
So how
Spiro
many
and
views
JJ.
does this have?
Let's see.
Oh, that's quite a ratio there.
That like just
look at that.
Oh my God.
Since everybody's made videos, like I'm pretty. Ryan probably made 3. I've seen at least 1. No, 2. I've seen 2.
I'm surprised they have the comments still on. That's not a surprise.
That's a lot of comments.
Made them. That's a lot of comments.
Oh my God.
Okay, just checking. This is from the Writers Guild of America, by the way. And this is them wanting to take, the takeaway is turning legacy character or reinterpreting them in a new gay light. Why? Why do you need to do that? When this is about uplifting the LGBTQ plus community, then you would just make new characters and support them as much as you supported the main characters. That's always been it's like, if you believe in this shit, okay, do it. Like the BBC for a minute believed in Jodie. They gave her a better night. The problem is, though, they didn't give her a bigger budget. They gave her an inexperienced crew. They saddled her with identity politics. and they gave her less shows. So, I mean, it's like they don't really believe in this shit, because if they did, they would do with Doctor Who, a Romana series. Doctor Who fans would flock to it, absolutely flock to it. And that way you'd have your female time lady who could regenerate into more female time ladies. But they would want to call her a time lord. They'd drop the time lady, believe me.
That's sexist.
Yeah. No, it's about it is about culturally appropriating and colonizing our characters. We'll use their language.
I think down to the base of this, it's very similar to the millennial mentality of, I get a job, I expect to be CEO. I write a story, I expect it to be massive. It's like, bros, you thought that was going to be a massive hit, dude? No, like it was even in the trailer. He was like, this isn't like massive appeal. We're gay people. This is completely different than normal people. Well, why didn't you expect it to also not be a massive hit? Like,
what's up, Cecil?
Cecil's love. Cecil's buff, dude.
Yeah,
settle down, bro.
Getting big, dude.
Bust out of that mask.
Yeah.
But that's like all these writers going, why isn't my story number one? Why isn't my story making a bunch of money? Well, it's just because, like, not a whole lot of people care about it. Like that's general for any story. It's hard to get your story out there. So why are you expecting it to then take off? So now your story isn't taking off. So now let's steal stories that are already established and characters that are already established and make those our stories.
Yeah.
Subverting.
These are the people who are paid by the company. They have every resource they need. They have editors. They are sometimes pitched ideas for them just to write and interpret. They are given everything they possibly need, and your message just isn't getting through as far as sales are concerned. So of course that has to be the fans' fault. It's the bigoted fans. It couldn't possibly be that you just suck at writing.
Could be that.
Could be that. Consider it. Mags Visaggio has to go on GoFundMe and beg for rent money, like as recently in the last 6 months. She has done this, probably more. That's not a successful writer. I've always said, I don't care if it's controversial or not. You're not a writer. You're not an artist unless it pays your fucking bills. You can be a creative person, but to be like, I can do my own taxes. I'm not an accountant. Okay.
There's a difference.
If it's paying your bills, then that's what you are. Right. And don't get your identity wrapped up into like a thing you do anyway. That's just me. But yeah, these are supposed writers. Tinian, I know is a successful one. Can't say I recognize anybody else other than Mags for all the wrong reasons. Do we remember Mags for her storytelling or for being made famous by your boy Zach? Made famous by your boy Zach. Let's play a little more. I don't know like how much we're gonna get out of this.
Maybe we should like skip into somewhere random.
Let's just go somewhere random. We got to timestamp it for a video, but
this is a writer that wrote his story about a young mouse boy that thinks he's a girl, and he loves himself so much, and he shows it. Thank you. Okay, next.
So it's
going to be the first 30 minutes of this
story.
Yes.
Self-coupling. How you doing, Gore? You okay?
I'm doing great. I'm enjoying this.
All right, 10 minutes in.
10 minutes in, play a little, and I'm gonna grab that piece of paper because it's that because there's more to the paper than just that first page. There's
was like bugging some of my writer friends where it's just like, hey, can you send me this that you wrote on? Like, just getting my hands on anything that that works, because that's how I learned how to write comic books. The comics don't have any standardized scripting format. Everyone writes a comic script differently, so you learn to pick and choose whatever works for you. And aside from hopping into final draft and making sure that it's like it is like kind of industry standard, I like it's what I've been taking my leads from what I liked and what I've read.
Thank you for sharing that.
Oh,
Thomas, I know you were in a.
We have a timestamp where they joke about the Bechdel test, according to Perry. We go to 40 minutes, 47 seconds.
Freedom is really important in the discussions around our characters, but yeah, moving beyond the fact that they're trans, I also a huge thing would love to see more than one trans person in a scene together.
I didn't realize who was talking.
Is there like a Bechdel test version of this?
There needs to be.
It's basic, yeah. It's basically does a trans person have friends who are also trans? And
Well, because I think the real question is, I know surprisingly few cis people at this point.
In real life, yeah.
I want to live in your world, Mags. That's the world I want.
Oh, pause it.
Oh my god.
No, you
maybe.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Well, maybe because they don't want to hang around you. Maybe because you threatened them with a baseball bat at one time on Twitter. Or maybe you're just an asshole. Not really sure. But I do know that you need to beg for your rent every few months on GoFundMe because you're not saving your money or spending too much on certain chemicals. I don't know. I'm here speculating. I'm speculating.
What is MAG?
What is MAG? I don't know. Not a good writer. I know that.
What is like
MAG can't make money from writing. So not really sure after that, Chris.
Yeah, I was gonna say no, I don't know. That person is the only one that doesn't have pronouns in the bio, is the only one that might need a pronoun to know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
Because everyone else is pretty obvious to me. Like Rachel Maddow does look like a girl. Kim. Rachel Maddow, she kind of stole that look, but Mag, I have no idea because I'm hearing the voice and I don't know what's going on. And this is why the movie Bros was not popular. It was made by the people like this, people that have just a disdain for regular straight people, and what that is not an opinion that should be celebrated at all, in the same way that any sort of homophobia, like fine, but like that, we're not celebrating that, whatever. But also them doing this, you're not bridging the divide, right? This isn't. No. It's I don't know. It annoys me that people like this feel comfortable having that opinion and laughing about it and then posting it on YouTube for everyone to see. So fuck that
Well, yeah, I know surprisingly few trans people because unsurprisingly few exist in the world. Okay, that's just still, even during this trendy time, I lived in San Francisco for 18 years and it was still like seeing a unicorn. Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Other than like, on Friday nights when the gay boys would dress up and do their thing at the bar, which is fine and pretty funny. But yeah, it's still a rarity.
I feel like that's drag.
Sorry, except in schools now.
A separate thing.
Except in elementary schools now, where it's, I guess, 30%. Who knows what the fuck's going on? Thank God my kid doesn't go to an elementary school.
Yeah.
The Gay Boys were a good band, says Sean P. Okay. Yeah, we'll go over more of this because I have to go through timestamps. I haven't sat down because I just got home yesterday, and you got to mentally prepare. You got to drink lots of coffee and be prepared to pause every 5 minutes and watch something else for an hour. That's basically what I do when
take
I
a break. Yeah.
Palate cleanser.
Oh wait, we're gonna have a new research person. Maybe we should.
You want that to be the first?
Absolutely. Yeah. Welcome to the team.
I'm so sorry.
I'm not.
Welcome to the team.
No, I got to do it too, though. I'm gonna have to watch it too. Wouldn't ask anybody on the team to do anything I wouldn't do myself. Oh, Chris. Okay, so that paperwork I was sent, right? I could go grab it as a prop. Hang on.
That's a little painful. That was a little painful.
Well, what's really funny about that? What's funny about that is the person that sent it did not feel comfortable sending it by email. This person
had to print it out.
Like
No paper trail.
no, yeah, or no digital trail.
Digital paper,
right?
yeah.
Like because digital could be tied to something. So this is how secretive people are being about that this stuff is happening, and no one's talking about. There's no counter to the argument. That's my whole thing, Gary. It's like what you said earlier when you were talking about like there's all these other panels. We just want to have our panel. There's nothing wrong with that. So
no, I hope I kept. Oh, I did. There it is. Sorry.
Oh my god.
What? That was one of my suitcase. Like it's one of my bags I haven't unpacked yet. So yeah. So this was again, yeah, your friend printed this out because and you can trace it. Elon just talked about how he fired a leaker from Tesla in 2008 by just sending out individual emails as a mass email and then putting in like a double space or something. And once they saw the leak, they could each individual email that was supposed to look like it was a mass email had differences, and they were able to track down the difference and fire the leaker. So yeah, I mean, and again, if there is this panel, imagine the other ones. I wouldn't be surprised at all if there was like a panel that pretty much summed up Guy Ladriel, like how to reinterpret masculine male leads as women. It's just like something like that. And it's like we'll just make
it's just all Rachel Maddows, like every panel.
It's all Rachel Maddows, and all the girls are sitting with their legs like with their vages open like
wide open
garage. All right, so the other page 2 is Middle Eastern Writers Committee meeting. Page 3, LGBTQ plus Writers Committee meeting. So that's a separate one from this. The Writers Guild of America West's LGBTQ plus Writers Committee seeks to utilize its constituency as a resource to all writers to include LGBTQ plus characters in their work. Its members also wish to provide culture and educational opportunities for the WGA, which is funny because we have Middle Eastern writers, but they don't. I mean, what about Islam? What about the religion practiced by a lot of people over there? Not everybody, but a lot of people over there. And there might be, let's just say, some conflicting views. Now, they never bring those up, but they'll bring them up with Christianity. And again, all we ask for is consistency, which we are nowhere near getting. We also have the Native American and Indigenous Writers Committee meeting. And then the Asian American Writers Committee meeting. And then the Latinx Writers Committee meeting. And then the Committee of Black Writers meeting. You know who's missing from that?
Why are they in the back?
There's something missing. I can't think of it. It's on the tip of my something. Oh, everybody else. So how are we bringing people together by separating them into these little committees who are now vying for power to one place? So these are now competing committees, right?
They have like subcommittees under subcommittees.
We can't fit in your Middle Eastern message because we got to put the LGBTQ plus message in this one. It's fucking retarded. How can people write under these circumstances? A writer should have a blank page and be free to write whatever the fuck they want. Period. And the story's either good or it isn't. And the representation needs to be good ideas, good characters. That should be your baseline. But now the baseline is Marxism. This is fucking Marxism bullshit. That's what this is. This is Marxism through and through. And yeah, it's always been around Hollywood, but there was something up against it. But that's where the discrimination, that's where that's happening. It's Chris, I brought it up before, political bigotry.
Yes.
It's the purest form of bigotry there is. They just fucking hate you if you're on the right. or in the center, or even go up against their ideas or question one of their ideas, even one of their own. If they question one of their ideas, they will destroy them.
It's a cult.
It's a cult.
It is a cult.
And that is the basis of that cult. And I'm sure we'll see more. Like, this is not the first time I've seen something like this, and not the first time I've shown something like this on the show. But this is the first time it's come from the Writers Guild of America, which cannot be undersold.
I have a little something that might be connected.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I was doing Hunger Games, nobody had ever put a woman in the lead of an action movie because it wouldn't work. We were told.
Who told you that? Don't trust that person. That person is wrong.
Girls and boys can both identify with a male lead, but boys cannot identify with a female lead.
Oh, absolutely.
And it just...
Oh, is that Viola Davis?
Viola Davis? Oh, absolutely.
If you don't see the movie about the African women, female empowerment, enslaving other African people, then you hate African women. Viola Davis. Paraphrasing a little bit. That's what she said.
So happy every single time I see a movie come out that just blows through every single one of those beliefs and proves that it is just a lie to keep certain people out of the movies, to keep certain people in the same positions that they've always been in. And it's just
who's saying this?
Yeah, who is they? Who is they?
Is it Weinstein?
Sorry, bad joke.
Actors can be so dumb. Just
I'll give myself one.
Oh my God, you dabbed!
Oh no.
Oh no.
That's King. No, it's not.
Yeah, this clip was going around and people were saying, what about Sigourney Weaver? What about, Linda Hamilton? What about Carrie Fisher?
Yep.
See,
because it's like the people that are saying that are the people on your side, Jennifer.
Mm-hmm.
It's all the people in Hollywood.
We have
the audience. The audience isn't thinking that. The audience is just like, hey, what's a good character? I love Ripley. That's a cool character.
We have a supplement tweet that goes with this. My biggest hindrance to my craft is has been press doing interviews. Jennifer Lawrence says during actors on actors or pretenders on pretenders. That's what I like to call it. I'm always self-conscious of my intellect because I didn't finish school. I dropped out of middle school. That doesn't necessarily mean like there. I think Bill Gates. I mean, he's evil. He's fucking evil, but he's not dumb. He's evil. He didn't go to college. Who else did? Steve Jobs? Don't think he went. Kind of evil too, but like really smart. But it does show with her. I agree. Kim Jong-un. Oh shit.
Well, she was correct. She was correct. They are lies, but they're lies told from inside of Hollywood to inside of Hollywood people. Because it's not us. It's not the audience. It's lies about the audience, about fans. And it just keeps it keeps getting perpetuated. It's like nobody has ever. I mean, sure, there's like a small contingent of people that would say, I don't want to watch a movie because a female lead's in it. But that's not the majority. The majority of people just want to have a good character. Like all of the ones that people list under these tweets every single time, Ripley, Princess Leia, like you just go on with these characters that people love. And this mentality of saying that fans or audience don't like women is just ridiculous.
This makes you long for because these people still exist in Hollywood, but they're so outnumbered. Chris, are people who went there who were fans of Hollywood, didn't just like, I want to be an actor and be famous. There's people who actually love the craft, who are students of it, like our boy Robert Meyer Burnett, like an encyclopedia for Hollywood and film fans. Not saying you have to be one every time, but again, if you're at the level of where this chick is asking for $20 million a movie, you might want to like do some work, be professional, and do your research before you do a role. I just don't see her doing that. I don't think she's that great. I think Jennifer Lawrence you know, she was fine in Hunger Games, but she's not a very good actress. I just don't find her that compelling. She's Jennifer Lawrence in everything I see. That's just me.
Yeah, didn't she get an Oscar for that Silver Linings Playbook movie or something?
Oh yeah, I
that
forgot
was
that
boring. That movie was boring, and it's another one of those dramas.
Yeah,
she cried once in a scene, and they were like, "Oh, Oscar." I mean, there's also Weinstein. There's all that too.
Well, yeah, there's the Weinstein.
There's that Viola Davis too.
Holy crap!
Double
That
pick there.
video I've gotten some very interesting contacts from that video. Some people reaching out. We'll see what happens. But it's you know, I guess you still can't say in Hollywood that there was false accusations and people opportunized it and ruined people's lives who were innocent, who were fucking innocent. They might have been assholes, not sure. But I'd say more than a few people lost their jobs forever in Hollywood over a false accusation, and nothing is going to be done about it. That is some bullshit. That is some bullshit. And if they can get away with it there, they can get away with it in other institutions and have like big tech and government and go down the line. That's why it's important that we cover pop culture, because it is culture. And it's all one big club now that colludes, which has also been proven. You know, I talked about it in the last video. Like, isn't it weird that all these companies in competition have basically the exact same policy and approach and message towards everything? You're supposed to be in competition. So you got one platform, Twitter, that goes off the quote unquote reservation and people are freaking out. It's one platform, but it's going to expose the whole mess. And then you got one studio that might be making some changes because it just failed. It just failed. And that's Warner Brothers, you know? So it's forcing it to be innovative again, which Hollywood has not been in a long time, Chris, like a few years. This is the worst era of film ever, like without a doubt.
Well, it's you know, we talked about at the panel at LA Comic-Con why 99% of movies today are garbage. We are going to look back on this era of film as like, remember all those garbage woke movies that were made that didn't resonate with audiences and killed intellectual property like Star Wars and Marvel? Let's never do that again. But
yeah,
Hollywood is so bad at learning lessons and so bad at even knowing its own history. When you see someone like Jennifer Lawrence make a dim-witted comment like that, she exposes herself of being completely ignorant of the industry she works in. And whoever coached her to do that, and I think that's sort of the problem with actors now, is none of them are coached by real managers or just surrounding themselves with people that are smarter than them to at least make themselves fake being smart, which a lot of them are very good at doing. But it's ridiculous. We are going to look on this era as like, wow, these movies are bad. I'll tell you what will signal the end of that era. It's not going to be in a year, maybe 2 years might be the beginning. The end of an era of a genre film is when they do a parody movie about it. So like when they did a parody movie, Blazing Saddles, about Westerns, the Westerns were kind of done. Right. And so when you get the big popular parody movies, like you're closing the book on that kind of movie. Someone needs to make Not Another Woke Movie. Just call it Not Another Woke Movie. Put in a bunch of like actors, put in actors, and then just, you know, they can put in actors to play other actors, meaning you cast someone to play Chris Evans in Not Another Woke Movie. You know what I mean? And he's just a complete dimwit, right? It just makes fun of Hollywood, and it would be hilarious, and it just raunchy humor and show the hypocrisy and how full of shit people are. It would be
if they were smart, they would cast themselves. You'd have Chris Evans play Chris Evans, and Chris Evans would then make fun of himself. That's how you get the audience back, is whenever you go, look, we know that we're ridiculous. We know that we're kind of stupid sometimes. We say dumb things, but they'll never do that.
Well, I mean, it's funny. I made a parody movie. I made a parody movie called My Big Fat Independent Movie, which I think you can find on Amazon. But it's yeah, you know, I might make that movie now that I'm like thinking out loud, because I know how to make something like that.
We can totally we gotta make it.
I have some friends of mine that are comedy writers. They're not working now.
Well, yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I want
that
the
would be
finale to be like a group of Mary Sues trying to kill each other at the end.
Right.
That'd be funny. It'd be some like like super
Another
boss battle. Hey, I want to bring Yellow. I know this will bring Yellow Flash back because I think one of the biggest problems is these woke white women. You know, they're so fucking stupid, and I don't understand how that clip, but that tweet got deleted, right?
Yeah, it's gone.
Oh,
It's gone now. It got it got deleted.
They replaced it with this video.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they tried to double down on this.
Maybe they're dumb. It's fucking dumb. It is dumb.
Yeah.
I think Jennifer Lawrence is getting a lot of hate on it, but what she's really saying in the clip is somebody else told me this, and I think it's a lie. So I think she's correct. I think she's like, yeah, it is a lie that audiences wouldn't accept women, but somebody in there, like the executives or whoever's making Hunger Games, told her people don't like women in lead roles. They won't accept it. So I think she's getting a lot of heat, which I don't know if she's deserving of that heat. I think it should be directed towards the people that told her those lies, which are all the people that try to deflect all of their racism and their sexism and all that shit onto the audience, onto us. And they're the people that need to get the heat on this.
Well, that's the activists. That's the activists are still
the internal activists
this very day. And you know, now you're getting crap like Rings of Power that it's filled with women and it sucks. You know, so how much good are you actually doing? You know, I would say focus on the story. Focus on the story. Our society has grown so weak and decadent that pretend character and pretend words can inspire actual violence. This utter insanity is based on a generation of woke coastal elites that cannot even fathom that there is a world outside their narrow-minded views. That is from the Grizzly for $100. Could not agree more. First thing I noticed when I moved to San Francisco is like, oh, these people don't leave San Francisco very much. And if they do, it's in a plane and it's in a hotel.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't like drive across country or go to other countries and drive across country and talk to people or go fucking south to Mexico. If you want a contrast of things and maybe be a little more grateful for what you do. And I think one of the bottom lines is what pisses people most off. That's like when an actor just comes out, it's boring as fuck, but like this is honestly what they just need to do. Talk about their project, hope people show up, hope you enjoy it. That's it. That's your fucking job. Nobody cares about anything else you say. As Ricky Gervais says you're not qualified. A lot of you have been to less school than Greta Thunberg. So, and she has too. And it's not even school. It's not, you haven't even lived a life. You know, it doesn't have to be just school. It's like, what kind of a life have you lived? And, you know, Drinker brought this up is like a lot of stuff is written by children now, you know?
Yeah.
Disinterest in LGBTQ plus relations is not bigotry. 95% of the world cannot relate to those relations, and it's just become a distraction in any show. If they are not doing the to cater to the majority, hence capitalism, then what are they doing? Good question, Ryan, for $50. So Chris brought this up with Bros. The LGBTQ plus stories are still specialized stories to a certain amount of people. And these are the kind of films that would be released in New York and LA and maybe San Francisco and do pretty good. Go on the independent circuit, cost a couple $1 million, make $10 million, be a big hit. Now they're just like, no, this is mainstream now. And if you don't like this, you're a bigot. It's like, what? No, I'm just not interested. Right. I'm not interested. Like you brought it up with Bros, Chris. Like if they, you know, you go on.
That's an indie movie. Bros is an indie movie. And if it was made made as an indie movie, it'd play Sundance, it'd play a bunch of film festivals, get accolades and praise and because that's where the audience is, but you have to scale the budget to the audience. And if the audience is small, you make the budget smaller. I mean, that's why Strange World tanked horribly. and deserve to. Because I really don't like the idea of some big corporation deciding when it's time for me to have conversation with my child about their sexuality. You know, something they're not thinking about when they're single digit age. They're more excited about dinosaurs and race cars. And if you talk to small kids, they lie and they're not that smart. And they just believe everything you tell them, which is why you're seeing a rise in certain types of people being created, manufactured, because they're amenable to whatever the hell you say. They don't know the world. You're the adult. You know what's going on. So there's a lot of irresponsible parenting coming from narcissistic morons. But that's Hollywood. That's why I moved away. When I raised my kids, I raised them in Pasadena, away from like Los Angeles, where I knew it was kind of a cesspool of idiocy, you know, where kids are an accessory. So, but this thing is like, look, those movies, I've been watching movies like that for a long time at film festivals. And, you know, some of them are entertaining for what they are. I've been a fan of John Waters, is a filmmaker. He doesn't necessarily make he's a gay filmmaker, but he doesn't make gay movies. And that's why he's also been very successful. You know, he makes movies that are relatable on a human level. And he realizes that the gay experience is relatable to people who happen to be gay, which is a smaller percentage of the population. Smaller, I think, than reported numbers, you know, but I think what they're trying to do is grow a constituency.
Yep.
Which is why the indoctrination, you can't, if you can't procreate, you have to indoctrinate. Right?
Yep.
That's the way you make more of a certain type of people who will vote a certain way, who will be compliant in a certain way, or will be beholden to the government because of, you know, some sort of prescription medication that they must have to maintain their identity, which is, if you really think about it, it's kind of ghastly. I mean, it's like this, you know, it would have been the stuff of an episode of a Twilight Zone. But it's bizarre. This is the world we live in now.
Well, look at the language they used. Well, you can't see it, but
yeah,
it's on for the again, there's a Zoom call for this one too. But the Writers Guild of America West LGBTQ plus Writers Committee seeks to utilize our constituency. Okay,
Yes.
what's the definition of that word? A body of voters.
Yes.
In a specific area who elect a representation to a legislative body, a body of voters. We're talking about like a group of people in a right. You use the word constituency, especially when you're writers and you're supposed to, you know the definition of these words.
Again,
sounds very like a political thing you're doing there.
Yeah, exactly. It's again, if you can't procreate, you have to indoctrinate. The only way to continue to grow that constituency is through things that are happening mostly in schools. And it's because people were asleep at the wheel, because it's not particularly sexy to be a school board member. I don't know. But I mean, those positions, I think we've come to find out that those positions are very important. I actually emailed the guy running for school board here in Pasadena. I directly asked him, I said, where do you stand on gender ideology in schools? And he said, I'm completely against it. I said, you got my vote. So there you go. But I don't think, as you pointed out, Gary, in a couple of interviews, I watched that great one you did on that woman's channel recently. I can't pronounce her name. Sounds like a Jedi. Sounds like a Jedi.
Amla.
Yeah, I love her.
Unapologetic.
Yeah. I watched that whole interview. That was so good. And, a lot of people just like, look, I know from having raised kids, you sort of almost tune out of things that just don't matter. Like at that point, pop culture doesn't matter that much. Movies you want to see with your kids. You're so busy just trying to work and raise children that you're not paying attention to, I certainly didn't pay as much attention to politics then as I do now, but it's important now. It's important, especially local politics more than anything. So,
more important than ever. And I think that's where we made the best strides here in our country. School boards just got flipped left and right, and good for the parents. And that's where people are going to come together. And that's where Hollywood chose the wrong side, chose the very far left leftist political side instead of maybe trying to be in the middle. But now the middle is just everything that's not the absolute far leftist crap is white supremacy or supporting unjust fucking systems and whatever the fuck Marxist language they use.
If you're not an open ally, you're an enemy.
Yeah. Anti-racist and that whole fucking like I'm an anti-racist. You know, I was watching. Okay, I usually don't bring this shit up, but it was the funniest shit I've ever seen. It was like watching retarded Jeopardy, and it was 4 white guys just going after Eric July, and 4 anti-racists going after Eric July, just constantly making video like. So out of curiosity's sake, I watched about 10 minutes of it, and it was it was unintentionally hilarious. I was fucking laughing my ass off how fucking dumb these guys are. They do it. They go after it. These anti-racists going after black man, Eric July. By the way, hail Eric July, rip a verse.
Hail Eric July.
Go. I can't wait for number 2. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of retardation out there. That's all I'm saying. Hey, speaking of retardation, check this out. Thanks for sending. Chris sends me the worst shit.
The worst.
Oh no.
Worst shit. I mean, he sends it to Ryan too, so I'm glad you share the wealth. But like, holy crap, this is terrible.
Okay.
A gift idea, right? A gift idea.
This could be. It is the holidays. You've got your gift guide. Consider this for your holiday giving. Are we gonna watch this, Gary? I think it's like a minute.
Here we go.
Oh no! Oh,
here we go.
Oh my God!
Introducing Anti-Racism Activity Book. It's chock full of 50+ pages of fun activities, puzzles, and illustrations to color, all designed to show everyone how dumb racism is. Here's one. Everybody counts. Number these races in order from best to worst. The answer is, I really hope you didn't try to number the races. This page is based on real facts that suck. ABC News published a list of the top 20 blackest sounding names. Help Alex find them so he can reject their resumes prematurely. Sorry, Sean. This book is written and illustrated by comedian, cartoonist, and wacky voiceover artist Victor Varnado. So if you like to color, solve puzzles, and laugh while crying inside for humanity, order yours today.
Oh my God.
That's parody, right?
That's a
think
parody.
It's a parody. That's great.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't. Oh my God.
I thought this was for real until the comedian part.
Right. But I like that.
I feel like he believes it to an extent, though.
Ryan would number the races. Okay, I'm just.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's great. I love it. Oh my God.
I think it's a parody that leans way into the CRT of it all.
Right.
That's me.
Yeah, I get that kind of feel. It's like it's a parody, but for real though, these are things.
You know what would be funny if you could pull this off is do the opposite and do a racism color.
That
you
would be a
show
combo.
ways how the left is racist. Like you just like you guys it like what was it? Oh, I think Crowder did something like this. Did Hitler say it or somebody else? It was like or Bill Gates. Oh, Bill Gates or something like that. And like a lot of people got it wrong. It was like Bill Gates, Shane's. I can't remember if it was Bill Gates or somebody else, but
we also had something we were going to do. I don't think we ever did it, but it was the Oppression Olympics where we're going to literally every time a story came up, we were going to have like a board that had like, all right, the black lesbians are now in the lead. They're on top of the Asians now. We never got to it.
Well, I mean, you could have a running tally, especially over the last 5 years. You could just like, it's like, you're well, today we're stopping the Asian hate. So the Asians are prominent today. Hail to
up to the top.
Asians made it to the top.
Hashtag Me Too happened. So, okay, now women as a whole are now on top.
Yep. Yeah. So, because somehow white women turned into an oppressed class. I don't know when that happened, but Dave Chappelle did a great joke on that too. Yeah, they were able to find a way to be oppressed, the most fucking privileged thing on this planet. White women, like Jennifer Lawrence, a blonde white woman complaining about anything. Shut up. Has anyone seen 1899? I was intrigued because the creators also made Dark, which I love. I abandoned ship after 3 episodes because it felt like woke soap opera in a ticking boxes. P.S. Tolkien forever, Amazon never. Yeah, I couldn't get past that. It looked cool, but yeah, fucking modern storytelling. I just out. I need to watch Troll next. That's the one I want to watch.
I hear it's good.
I
I've
heard
heard good things.
Crowder did Pokemon or racial slur. It was pretty hysterical. This Carnage Undone for $10. That's right. Oh, by the way, we got bad news on that front.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No Crowder.
I'll say it. Yeah. So Steven not able to show up on Friday. I don't know if he's shooting something. Could be doing Change My Mind.
We don't know. We don't know if it's a scheduling conflict or not. But
we're still working on trying to get him out.
Yeah, but we do have a guest.
Yes, we do.
And who's that guest, X-Ray Girl?
It's Sargon.
Yeah, so we got Sargon coming on for the first time. So I'm excited about that. And he did it like last minute. Cool dude. So thanks, brother.
Bro.
Can't wait to talk to you. It's going to be fun. So Sargon is going to be on, and Crowder hopefully in the future. We got Carrie.
Don't worry, I'll beat him up. I know all of his weaknesses.
Usually just kick him in the balls, right? I mean, that's all you have to do.
I go right for his legs.
Right for his
Always
legs.
go for the members.
Knees.
Right for the knee.
We have Carrie Smith this month, Eric July,
Yeah, that's
Shad, Disparu. They don't know it yet, but they're coming back.
Good.
Yeah. Oh, now they have to come because I announced it.
Oh my god.
Merry Christmas.
Where's Perry?
Hey, can I show the magazine? Oh, I took him downstairs and showed him. My wife loved the Wookiee Erotica. The Wookiee Erotica magazines were crazy good. Yeah, the Empire Strips Back was really good, really entertaining. Good. The guy who runs that is a creative genius, man.
Russell and I are hanging out tonight. Don't laugh, but we're going to see the Dark Crystal, which is
the Fathom events.
It's the Fathom events. We're seeing the Dark Crystal tonight, and Russell and I are going to go see it.
Dude, one of the best soundtracks of all time. Trevor
It's
Jones.
so good.
Oh,
it's so good.
Fucking good soundtrack on that. I like Dark Crystal.
Yeah, Dark Crystal's great.
Yeah, it was
I
weird.
mean, I haven't seen it in a theater since it was in, first run release when I was a kid.
So you were like 14? Were you 14, 15?
Yeah, I know I was in high school, so
I was like 10 or 11. So
that's funny.
Yeah. Great movie.
Was it fucking terrifying? God, the first time I watched that when I was a kid, it freaked
If
me
I
the
was like
fuck
5
out,
or
dude.
6, probably.
He gets his soul sucked out of him, man.
Yeah.
Sick. That's why it's awesome.
It's like actual fantasy though. There you go. Person
of the year.
There you go. Hail. Is it Michelle Yao or something? Or
I'm confused because it was Michelle
no.
Yao for a second, and then all of a sudden now it's the Ukrainian guy,
Zelensky. Well, I mean, dude,
I like Michelle Yao.
You lift the U.S. out of that much money, you are fucking person of the year. Okay, You just are. Nick Rekieta would be proud. He would be proud. Fucking Zelensky, dude.
Zelensky.
I wonder if him and Sean Penn did a bunch of coke together. I bet you they did. Should I say? I won't.
Yeah, don't say. Yeah, we should.
I'm not going to say what I know. He likes the booger sugar, or used to, a lot. That probably doesn't surprise anybody.
Oh no.
I am an 80s baby that grew up learning to kick flip listening to the Vandals and saying fuck authority. Now that makes me alt-right. How the tables turn. Hey, maybe you got kicked in the head too many times. I know.
How the turntables.
Yeah. My generation is really fucking disappointing. Okay. The rock and roll rebels are a bunch of pussies. Look at the rock stars. Look at the fucking rock stars. What a Bunch of fucking pussies. Right said Fred, most punk rock band on the planet right now. They're too sexy for society or for authority. They should do that. I'm too sexy for authoritarianism or whatever. All right. So next we need to let's talk about Ishmael Cruz Cordova. Don Lemonless was nominated for an award. Believe this shit?
But did he get it? Did he get it?
I don't know. When's the Critics' Choice Awards, Mr. Critic?
The Critics' Choice Awards are in I think January 15th. But there were so the Critics' Choice does separate events. They do the Asian Cinema Awards, Black Cinema, and Latino Cinema. Those are chosen by a committee. So there's no voting. They literally they literally just go, here's some sort of categories we're going to make up, and we're just going to choose to distinguish people in a particular category. So I believe, so it's like, with most award shows, you show up, you don't know whether you're going to win or not. With this, you show up, you're being bestowed an award for something. Now, to be clear, giving someone an award is a ruse used by film festivals and award shows, which is a big business. And the way you have a viable business is you just give awards to celebrities and or studios that would like to promote particular types of shows. So the sponsors were then purchase tables for their talent to attend the awards. So you get the executives, they get to have a great meal, they see a show.
They go to an orgy after.
The tables aren't cheap. They're, $5 to $10 grand each a table. So you put on the award show and the fundraising comes from sponsorships. It's effectively a business. So, Film Threat does an award show. We don't sell tables. We just sell tickets to the award show, and we give awards to filmmakers mainly because we want to promote maybe 75 movies, little small indie movies that within their category are distinguished. It's a business. So I decided, well, I'm gonna start one. If no one's gonna award these small indie movies, not a lot of money in it, I'm just gonna say, but that is how the award show business works. It is an incredibly lucrative business that the thing killing it now, because celebrities love to receive awards. They love to.
Oh, yes, they do.
They love to give speeches. They love to tell the world about how smart they are with all their social causes. It's also it's press releasable. So it boosts their stock value in terms of, what their, asking price might be for a film or a television show. So awards is a huge business. There are whole magazines dedicated to awards. Eric Weber, who you met, Gary, and hung out with, he has an awards website, but he doesn't lead into any of this politics. He goes straight to he's been banned from a couple of studios. He was kicked off Netflix list for just saying one of their movies was terrible. He's, you hung out with our group. We're all nerds.
Yeah, he's cool. He's got a YouTube channel.
Yes. Eric Weber Midnight Movie Talk is his channel, but he's constantly causing trouble, and I love it. I mean in a good way.
I like this one.
But so the Critics' Choice, this must have been at the Latino Cinema Awards, and they just gave him an award. So
for being Latino.
Well, to promote it, no, it's to promote Rings of Power. That's what
I know, but they gave him a fucking award for being Latino. Let's be real, okay? Come on,
right?
Jeez,
right.
Jesus Christi. But the Critics' Choice. So I mean, this is lower tier award show compared to they're all lower tier now, in my opinion. I'd rather go to the Film Threat Awards. Those are the only legit ones.
Oh, dude, the Film Threat is super punk rock. And, it's just, we make fun of award shows during the show and how stupid they are.
You should introduce a Rory. Do you know what a Rory is?
What's a Rory?
Chat, you can help me out. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Rory.
Oh.
A Rory. Okay. Best usage of the word fuck in a serious screenplay is a Rory.
Oh.
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah.
We do have awards like our categories WTF. We did if we see a certain trend in movies, we did best shark film because there were so many bad shark movies.
Oh, there was there for a while.
Oh, dude, Shark Exorcist, Sharktopus, Jurassic Shark 1, Jurassic Shark 2, Fiji Shark. Noah's Shark. So we just, I mean, the award
Sharknado.
show has a sense of humor. Remember when the MTV Movie Awards was fun?
Yes.
It's kind of
Yeah.
like the model. It's like we just want to do a fun
Like a
award
million years
show.
ago.
Yeah.
Drink and hang out, and we want to tell you about some indie movies you might not have seen. It's actually on YouTube. It's on the Film Threat YouTube channel. It's called Award This. So, yeah, you can just look up Award This, the website.
Award This.
Award This. It's kind of making fun of awards.
It says award this. Award this. I'll put Film Threat, right? So
Yeah, Award This Film Threat, and you'll find it. I mean,
there it is. Okay, so
the opening of it is pretty. I mean, if you just watch the opening, we just made you get the tone of the show from just watching like the first minute. But I don't know, maybe some other time we'll watch.
No, I'll share it right now. Hang on.
The beginning is like a countdown, but it's and John Bailey, who
Is this it?
Go to 20 or go to 2022. Go to is there Award This 2020? I
There
can
it
find
is.
it, Gary. I'll fight.
I got it.
You got it.
I got it.
Cool.
So, am I sharing my sound? Yes. Okay. Here we go. And then I'll have another video to show you after this.
Cool.
That'll probably get us dinged.
But no, and I'm not gonna get if you get dinged, you get dinged by me, right?
No. On the other video, I'll probably get dinged, but I'm gonna
Other
play it
video.
anyway, so I don't
Okay.
care.
This is
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. Ew. That's Hollywood? Actually, just south of Hollywood. Down the 110 to the 5 to the 405 to the 91 off exit 7 at the Frida Cinema. It's time for us to celebrate the best of truly independent films. It's time to award this.
that gives you an idea.
That's brilliant.
And we do it live in a movie theater. We make fun of shit.
Nice.
There's little comedy bits in between and whatever. We have a good time. It's not a serious award show, but I will say this: the people who win really take it seriously. And it was cool. It was cool. We get a wide, diverse range of filmmakers, so it's a lot of fun. And tickets. It's the only award show you can actually buy a ticket to. Like we sell tickets to the public. So and they're not super expensive. It's cheap. Come on in. Everybody gets a goodie bag. And we have a good time. You should come out for it.
When is it?
It's in end of April, I think April 29th.
Maybe we can. I don't know. They'll be close to what I'm thinking with Vegas, moving Vegas up.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
Maybe we can like make it because I'll be gone for a week. Maybe we can swing over.
over.
Yeah. 'Cause it's not far.
And we literally do like a red carpet with a step and repeat. We get like photographers from Getty Images to come out and they like say your name. So then you're like listed on Getty Images. As weird as it is, like, I think it's ridiculous and funny that it's taken so seriously. So we just lean into it. But the show is, I mean, we're putting on a show and we're just basically putting on a show and a party. But there's no, you don't hear people, well, although some people will go off and start to give that kind of social, speech, but most people just try to be funny. So it's good. Oh, you're muted. You're muted. Sorry, muted, Gary. You're still muted.
Still
I'm muted because I was setting up a video. My bad.
Oh, coach. Sure. Oh,
So
sorry.
I was just saying when the MTV Movie Awards were funny.
Yeah.
Here's a little part of it. Hang on.
Oh yeah.
Jenga.
Back in the day.
Not gay enough.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Kill that game.
Oh my god.
Who am I? Sure you want to know? If someone told you I was an ordinary average guy, someone lied. Cause I'm a mother-grabbing Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Every neighborhood Spider-Man spins a web in his eyes, using his powers to do good in the community. Watch out, here comes the Spider-Man.
That's all I'll show for now.
That is amazing.
God, remember that? We would I mean, the MTV Movie
So
Awards
good.
was fun. I remember TiVoing it. It was great. God.
Yeah, TiVo.
Yeah,
Wow.
I love TiVo. I bought the
Blast from the
lifetime
past.
subscription.
When he shoots web out of his Johnson, that's the best part. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
God.
he goes.
I love those like the intros to the. They did a really great one on the Matrix.
It's sticky.
It was on the DVD extras. That was so good.
That's getting clipped. It is. It's the webbing is sticky. X-ray go. Yes.
Oh man.
Hey, Malakot63 on the Streamlabs side of Circumventing Mama Susan for $20 says, Hail, just started watching the Venture Brothers and it's hilarious. Venture Brothers
Oh, it is
the greatest shows ever made, period. And not politically correct. Holy shit. Girl Hitler. That's all I got to say is Girl Hitler. I'm like, did you hear? Okay, let me finish the super chat. Maybe someday an Orange County Liberation Front will be a real thing, or a guild of calamitous intent. Keep fighting the good fight and keep putting pineapple on pizza. Hail to you. Okay, so somebody put a Venture Brothers clip over Kanye and Alex Jones, and it was perfect. Like,
I want to see this.
It's on Twitter. I can't remember who did it. I will bring it up. It was so good. If somebody can find it, it's Kanye, Alex, or it's Yay, Venture Brothers, Alex Jones Twitter. Maybe if you search that, you'll find the clip. It's pretty fucking funny. It is pretty fucking funny. Hey guys, bit of a roller coaster here in Peru. President has dissolved Congress. Oh shit!
What?
Peru. And there is a coup. There is a curfew in place, but people are not backing him. The key element is that the army don't back him up. Pray for so they don't back him up. Pray for us. Sophie for 25 Peruvian pesos. We will pray for you, and hopefully the army does the right thing and not back the dictator. That is not good. Damn, I want to go visit Peru. I want to visit Peru so bad for our paranormal show.
Yes.
Oh, I was thinking of
Your
hiking.
field
We
trip.
should do that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Bradley Burnett. Speaking of our paranormal show, it'll be back. I think this Sunday we're going to do an episode.
Yeah.
And then I'm talking to Rumble right after the show.
Sweet.
See what happens. Bradley Burnett has gifted 5 Nerdrotic memberships. Hail. Hail. Jaffo for $19.99. Hail. The term artist has been denigrated by obnoxious people that create crap like the vagina monologues. Oh, I remember those. And anyone can call themselves an artist and create nothing. Imagine if heart surgeons had the same standards. Exactly. I mean, like, you know, I mentioned it in the video. Like, this is a highly specialized industry, Hollywood. Okay. You got to be good at what you do. And there's not enough of that. So it makes it easier for the activists and people who maybe aren't good and will do anything to keep their job. Maybe there's a little too much. No, there is way too much of that in Hollywood. I'll be whatever you need me to be to keep my job, even though I have no talent. And you know what? It sucks to find out you don't have any talent, but that's life. That's fucking life. I can't fly. So what? The Grizzly for $20. Not to mention that all of this is partially funded and organized by the federal government. This is done by on propagandize to propagandize citizens. That's why Biden bailed them out, and Mitch McConnell is about to bail them out again. Yes, the Uniparty loves Hollywood. The Uniparty loves Hollywood, and they fund Hollywood. By the way, they fund all these big tech. They fund it by subsidies, tax breaks. They are funded and controlled. And again, if there's an FBI agent working, that's what I'm just going to call him. I know he was former, but he's a fucking FBI agent working for Twitter and working against Twitter, against the CEO and owner's wishes. You don't think that's going on in Amazon, Warner Brothers, Disney, and some of them are probably working with them. No problem. Do whatever they need to do. Maybe that's why they're not getting so heavily regulated, because, well, they're in league. Scott McKenzie gifted 5 Nerdrotic memberships for $25. I appreciate it. So many fucking laws have been broken. Like the left love Watergate. You say Watergate, they have an involuntary orgasm, especially baby boomers. They cream right in their fucking pants when you say the word Watergate. There's like 50 fucking movies, 50 fucking plays. They talk about it. It's the only thing they talk about maybe a little more is Woodstock, but I don't think so. They talk about what Watergate is fucking child's play compared to what we've seen in scandals in the last 5 years, last 5 to 10 years with all kinds of politicians. But with this administration in particular, holy shit.
There's a Watergate every day, it seems like.
Yeah.
Fucking Watergate is nothing now. But man, they will fucking talk about it forever. In like 1982, I remember seeing Valeria a Sandal Bergman in Conan the Barbarian in a seminal badass female role. Yes. I've loved well-played, powerful women in movies ever since. 12-year-old me very much loved her. We all did, by the way. We very much enjoyed her inclusion into that film. But the whole point of this is like this, was there discrimination? Yes. Long time ago. Have things been getting better? Yes, absolutely. Especially, I would say from 2000 on, like things were happening naturally, but then the activists decided to push it. It wasn't enough. And this, you can never satisfy an SJW, an activist. You can't. They want the system destroyed. There's no appeasing that. They're not the good guys. They want to destroy where you live. They don't want there to be property. They want there to be a universal income that somehow you're going to pay for without your property. Like none of it makes any sense because they don't care. It just needs to be destroyed.
What'd you see, Gavin Newsom? He's giving $1,000 to the middle class as a middle class tax rebate.
And
thanks for giving my money back to me.
And they make it up, that $1,000, in about a month with gas tax from each middle class member practically. So we'll say 2 months. But it's Gavin Newsom has learned to game the system. He brought in mail-in ballots, and he, right before his recall, he gave people $600. By the way, California no longer has a surplus, so I don't know where the fucking money is coming from. Oh, I do. You're getting paid with your own money. You're getting bribed with your own fucking money.
Yep.
But there's enough low information people in the world to go, what a great guy. Give me $1,000.
He cares about me.
We're getting
and
free,
my family.
Dude, you're getting free checks from the government, and you don't think that there's anything wrong with that or dubious about it. That is a red flag. Big Raj, thank you for the 5 Canadian pesos. Holy crap, Gary. I was surprised to see you were wearing the shirt I sent you at the LA Comic-Con. You shouldn't be. It's one of my favorite shirts now. Absolutely one of my favorite. I saw Jay, our boy Jay, wearing one yesterday too.
It's a great shirt.
Foxhound for 2 British pounds. X-ray girl pictured on the wall. Picture on the wall. Talk to me. What's
this one probably. This was drawn by a fan, and I printed it out because I thought it was nice.
You thought it was nice, huh?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, nice.
I also needed to fill the wall with something. I didn't have anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
You filled it.
I filled it.
Yep.
I filled the wall.
I'm surprised that there's not a picture of just your feet.
Oh,
Somebody-
the artist
zoom
did
in on
send
it.
me a picture of one with my feet. I'm probably not going to post that one.
Really?
Should I?
Why
Should
not?
I?
Why not?
Don't
That
ask
you tell me.
I would ask, the person to ask is well, yourself and Mark.
Mark is totally like, yeah,
I
show
know
it
Mark-
off.
Well, Mark would put it on, tier 5 OnlyFans. Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta make him pay for it. Come on.
But yeah. So it's a good picture.
It's a good picture. Ulfanor Bazarkar for $5. May I humbly request that Chris does the same panel here in Boston at New York Comic Con or at New York Comic Con with you all. What do you think about that, Chris?
We can pitch it. I hadn't planned to go to those conventions. I mean, LA is easy for me. I can drive down to San Diego or, Anaheim for WonderCon, or LA Comic Con is right here. I used to go to WonderCon when it was in the Bay Area. That's where you and I met, Gary, in San Francisco. You and I met Gary in San Francisco making that Bros poster even more relevant. But no, I mean, and also, I don't know, sometimes Dragon Con would fly me out and put me up in a hotel. So I don't travel all that much, not as much as I used to. I mean, look, if you can talk to the organizers of those conventions and they'd be willing to at least cover, something, I could consider it, but yeah, no, I'd love to do it. But I don't have relationships at those conventions. I do have relationships at Dragon Con, WonderCon, LA, and San Diego. So yeah, and Dragon Con, Gary, if you've never been, that's my favorite convention for fun. It's best cosplay ever. They do a closed circuit. You can watch all the panels in your room. They do a parade. People have a sense of humor. It's funny. They do room parties. They do this one party on Thursday night called it's the ABC party. And the ABC party, it stands for anything but clothes. So you have to go to the party, and I've seen people wrapped in caution tape. So you have to have something on. You can't be naked.
Okay.
You can't wear clothes. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. So there you go. It just
So you wear comic books or something.
You could just cover yourself in a trash bag of comic books. It doesn't matter. They don't care. But then they do they do a party, a rave that goes all the way to 6 a.m. called Last Night on Alderaan. And it's a Star Wars themed party. It's just, that's on Saturday night. It is the most fun I've ever had at a convention is that. And it doesn't come with there's sort of woke elements are in everything now, but it has a lot of panels that have a sense of humor that are just awesome. And they'll do different tracks. They have a Lord of the Rings, a Tolkien track, so it's just panels dedicated to Tolkien. You really need to look at going to Dragon Con and whatnot. And I'll do panels there and I'll do a podcast and, to packed rooms. It's great. It's really fun. So
yeah,
try to go to that.
Sure. And I think you should, I really think you should pitch it for San Diego Comic-Con.
Well, here's what I've done in the past. If I actually think that the panel's not going to get accepted, I just sort of change the kind of I do a bait and switch.
Yeah.
I learned that from television.
That's what they do.
So I do a bait and switch on here's what the panel's about. It's about expressing your creativity in comics. It's a generic sounding bullshit panel. And then I just talk about whatever the hell I want.
Yep.
So I've done that a lot actually. So not for evil, but for good.
Yeah.
I think we should call it 99% of films today are garbage like that and pitch it and say, we did it at LA Comic Con.
Yeah. I don't know.
Try it.
San Diego.
They know. I know how they are. I definitely know how they
So
are.
first of all, I know how they are, but I also know that people internally that work at Comic-Con International, I know people there. They're kind of this is what people are pitching us. This is what they think the people want. So, they've got your old school. I have seen some of the raunchiest panels I've ever seen at San Diego Comic-Con.
Yep, I have too.
Raunchy. I mean, hilarious.
Anything goes with John Barrowman.
that thing, and then also there's one with what's his name? Is it where they do the it's not a drink and draw, but they'll draw and just like
Yeah,
what
Sci-Fi
is-
put that on one year, and it was the woman who hosted it was the oh shit. Now I'm blanking on everything.
forget the name of the panel, but the other panel that's really good is the one that's Robert Meyer Burnett is on, called Starship Smackdown.
Yeah, that one's good.
Where that's how I always end San Diego Comic-Con. I go to that panel, I sit and just relax, and it's so raunchy and fun. But now, it's all about policing what you say. I mean, look, my tweet from a couple days ago, all I said was make Marvel male again.
I loved it.
Oh, I saw that.
And it just, I was like, I saw a few people, one person really pissed me off. I was like, I'm not reading any more comments now. One fucking asshole who I actually know in real life said, John Schnepp, if he were around, would not have appreciated this. And you're completely wrong. I had like people like Peter Sharetta telling me, delete this. People I know saying, delete this. I'm not, first of all, Gary, tweet whatever you want.
Yep.
Garrett, X-Ray Girl, you guys, I would never presume to tell you what you should tweet or not tweet. And I would never tell you to delete it or not to delete it. I'm thoroughly horrified that it brought out. I mean, I already knew a lot of these people were assholes, but like the guy would invoke the death of a friend of mine, John Schnepp,
that is fucked up, man.
who I knew in the 90s. We met in 1993 at the Chicago Underground Film Festival. We were bowling. We've been friends ever since. 25-year friendship. And this guy is bringing my friend up, who we've like crashed at conventions, driven out to Phoenix together, had like booths together. We've shared booths, countless panels. Like I distributed a couple of John's movies on DVD in the early 2000s. I've known John through multiple relationships with girls, with women. He's had his ups and downs. That's kind of normal. And we're real friends, not people who like, when I overhear sometimes people say, oh, I'm friends with Chris Gore. And I'm like, I've met you. We're not fucking friends. Okay. I take that word seriously. So when that friend of mine did that, I just was like, I'm not looking at comments. I don't care. I'm not going to waste my time. I did. Joe Layden quote tweeted me and said something kind of annoying. And all I said was, you're my favorite Joe. And that was it. I'm just going to be nice to people. If they're going to be assholes, I'm going to be nice. And I only tweeted that after, I think I counted 1 million tweets that said the future is female or the force is female. So I was just looking for some balance.
Yep. I totally
you're
agree.
the true Jedi.
I'll go. I'm going to go through that thread. I'll be assholes to people. I'll like,
good, please do.
where's
But
Peter Soretta? Fucking who's Peter Soretta? Like, who the fuck is that guy to tell you anything? What the fuck does he do?
I don't know.
Hear his name. What the fuck does he do?
He has a travel channel. He's the guy that he's one of those
travel channel. Oh, he's the guy with the freaking lame ass looking glasses, right? I mean,
he went
Slash
to the
film guy, right?
Yeah. Well, he doesn't. He's not at Slash Film anymore. He just travels. He and his girlfriend travel all over, and
chill.
He went to the Galactic Star Cruiser Hotel for free, and then I called him on it in real life. I'm like, dude, come on! I would never spend $5,000 on that. That thing is like, it's like kids' birthday games. It's stupid. You're doing some treasure hunt or something. It's stupid. It's a dumb, like, call it out. I mean, other people who got free trips called it out. He didn't. Everything they do on their channel is all positive, which is fine. Whatever they do, they're making a living doing that. Fine. I don't begrudge them that.
Yeah, just don't tell me what to do.
Yeah,
Like,
just don't tell me what to
Don't
fucking
act
do.
like you're better than I am.
go fuck yourself. There.
Just for everyone listening, I'm that Chris Gore on Twitter. If you want to go in there, give my tweet a like, because I'm unfortunately, it looks like it's a lot of comments. A lot of I'm not being ratioed, but it's more comment. There needs to be a better balance on the likes on that thread. So if you wouldn't mind, go over there.
I retweeted it too. It's still good. Yeah. There you go. You got 3,500 well over 3,500 likes. Yeah, 1,200 comments, but some of them will be positive, and I'll go in there. I'll cause some trouble in a little bit.
Oh, good God, I love that, Gary. But like, yeah, I've got a good follow-up one. I think I'm going to quote tweet myself and say, should I turn this tweet into hats or T-shirts? Would you buy?
Do a poll.
Do a poll.
Do a poll immediately.
I love polls.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got whenever I look at Twitter, I'm like, I got work to do. Like
just no, do the poll, walk away. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Walk away and let the games begin.
Hats, t-shirts, both. And that's it.
T-shirts are both. That's it. That's absolutely what it is. I will shill for that. Speaking of shilling, by the way, got to shills before we go.
Oh my god.
Plushie.
Plushie.
They're so cute.
You can get it with the Hotdog man here's the turnaround on it.
10% off.
10% off
if you get the duo.
Oh, wow, Gary, it's awesome.
You get the duo. And hold the fort real quick, Garrett. I got to show off Maulers and Fringies. Hang on.
Oh yeah, go get it.
Yeah.
So these plushies, I got my Mauler.
Yeah.
He's larger than I thought he was. I thought he was going to be like this little plushie toy, but he's a hefty boy. So you got to get both of them. Get the 10% off. I got mine.
Yeah.
Can't wait till I get it. And this is just wave one. Next wave is Ryan, Jeremy, Odin, I believe is in second. Right?
And Odin.
And then wave 3 is Chrissy, X-Ray Girl, and myself. So you got to get the first one, and then once these are gone, they're gone.
Wow,
they are gone.
Get the whole crew.
Can't get Wizard Gary again. You got to get it now.
Yeah, and I think the staff is detachable, so
it's an accessory.
There are way too many straight lines in here. You said Mauler is larger than I thought he was.
He did.
Sorry.
I'm just
his tentacles are everywhere.
This is the bag. This is the bag you get it in. Okay, you get a nice little bag, and then you pull out a Mauler. Right here. There he is.
Whip it out.
Whip it out. There's Mauler.
He's so cute.
My God.
Mauler 2.0, and it says Mauler 2.0 right there. And then I've got you got another bag. The bags are good. Like you can
Is this as?
No, this is as has not. Well, he got his test one because I lagged. I got 2 Mauler. Where's my Fringy?
Oh, I can show my Fringy if you want.
Yeah, show your Fringy. I got 2 Maulers because I buy 2 so I can give them away at events. Give some away.
So look at Fringy here, and he has a little potion drink that's detachable.
Oh, there you go.
And he's so cute.
Fringy, our boy Fringy. So hey, please check it out. We have 6 days left. 20 hours.
Christmas is coming up. I don't know if you're going to get them before Christmas, but
you won't. You get them in March. But
you can just let them know. Hey, look, I got you.
Yeah. And just so you know, these make good tree toppers. Like a star instead of a star or an angel.
I can put an entire tree up my ass.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
And he
I wasn't going to go there.
Have pants now.
Well, that's what my dad used to say because we used to have an angel on top of the tree, and he's all, okay, it's time to put the tree up the angel's ass. Good old pops. I loved him.
Oh, God.
My dad was funny. Funny guy. We didn't even get to this. But I will. I want to tease it. Okay. I want to tease it. It's a Substack. I don't know if I'm supposed to pay for this or not, but I will. Oh, I will. I'm going to subscribe to this. All right. Oh, I'm going to save it for the video. I got, that was a very clever way to get me to subscribe to your Substack there. Well played, sir. I'll just say that. No, I absolutely will. I will tease this. So I've talked to somebody who worked on Rings of Power. May potentially talk to a second person. We got to see if it works out. I got to do it soon. I've promised this person I would make a video. I've also promised this person that I would, for the one and only time I will ever do this, I will run by the video by this person to make sure I don't get them in trouble with anything. Okay. I've gotten kind of the lowdown on like the anatomy of failure that is the Rings of Power from somebody with intimate knowledge. Some of that information,
and not like an editor or like a little
no
somebody on the set, like kind of a.
It's not like a caterer or something. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me just say
don't bear the lead. It's a kind of a name.
And like some of this stuff is out there already, so that's fine. And I got to kind of parse out like the stuff that's not out there. But the most interesting thing that was told to me, and I gotta corroborate this, and I'm going from my notes, is that Jennifer Salke, who has a background in marketing, it's very much a possibility that the anti-fan sentiment that came out early came directly from the top. Talked about that before. Looking for the smoking gun on that one, because I'd really like to find one. And if anybody does have one, share it with me, share it with one of my friends, share it with Chris Gore, find it, put it out there. Because I would very much like to pin these companies down on attacking fans, which has always been my biggest problem. And that's the reason I'm here. And if we can find a smoking gun where somebody was tasked to leak to the willing and able access media, or given talking points or something, or does this just happen naturally? I would love to know. I certainly suspect that this does not happen naturally. It's a relatively new phenomenon, and it's one that fails, but they continue to work on, and it's because of the nature of the corporate empire that Hollywood is now. Is the people actually making the decisions don't even hear from fans. A lot of them don't even know they exist. They hear from their internal people because they're way too busy to watch any of the shit they make. Or even understand it. Like, most board members don't understand Star Wars, don't understand the fandom behind it, don't understand comic books, don't understand the fandom behind it. So they're easy to manipulate. I don't want to free them of responsibility. If you're a board member getting paid millions of dollars to make these media products, you would think you would probably want to fucking know about it, but they're way too busy butt chugging fucking cocaine off a fucking hooker's ass in a yacht or something. I don't know, which I guess would be a better excuse than just being outright woke, but that's what I would like to get to the bottom of. And there's also the things that I was told, there's also great incompetence. We can't discount that. And that's what the activists like to take advantage of. But it's also massive, massive incompetence. And it didn't start this way. That's the one thing I can say is the Rings of Power started when Amazon got it from a good place. They just wanted to adapt Tolkien and make a fantasy series that was really good and popular that could compete with Game of Thrones. I'm like, all right, that's reasonable. And as a Tolkien fan, when I first heard this was announced, I was excited. I was like, oh, cool. Right on. What are we getting? Yep. And then I saw who was involved. So I was fine until I saw the bad reboot involvement. But the problems come with Lindsay Weber and Jennifer Salke, which shouldn't surprise anybody. That's where the big problems come. Yes, there's the writers. And there was other writers who were supposed to be on it that when you hear their name, you're going to be like, fuck, that would have been so much better. They went on to make good things, though. One of them went on to make a very good thing, which is even more. And I guess the other thing I can absolutely corroborate, which I've done in the past, is Midnight's Edge reporting on the Conan film when it comes to Miguel Sapochnik and Ryan Condell. That is 1000% true. They had a series locked down. They were going to make it with these people. It was going to be fucking good. And Jennifer Salke said, too masculine. Gotta go. Think about that shit. All right. We're going to wrap it up right there. I got one more to read. David Murdoch for $50. Thank you. Says Watergate has nothing on the upcoming high-octane, pearl-clutching video game Drag the Dead starring Zane Damage, Adam Krigler, and Uncle Hotep. Wow. Demo available now. Find me on the Twitters, #Drag the Dead. Adam Krigler's in a video game?
Yeah, he's a voice actor in a video game called
that's cool.
Drag the Dead.
That's awesome. That's brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. I'll get the rest on a Square Up. We're going to square up Friday Night Tights and this in the next couple of days. Okay. So I'll get the rest on the Square Up. It'll be on Nerdrotic Live. If you haven't subscribed to Nerdrotic Live, that's where the Square Ups go. And that's where the Paranormal Show will be and other special event live streams. We do have one coming up on the 18th of December, which is a Sunday. Time to be announced. We've got the time, but I don't want to announce it yet. 20th anniversary of the Two Towers. So I'm gonna get a murderer's row in here to talk about the Two Towers. I'm gonna make them watch it again. Well, I'm sure they'll hate me for that, but yeah, we're gonna do that. We got the holiday specials. You know, we got the regular Friday Night Tights, but we're also gonna have the New Year's Day special and the Christmas Day special for the folks who aren't with their families, right? So we can hang out together a little bit, kind of like what we did with Thanksgiving. All right, let's go around the horn and let Chris go. Chris Gore go. Chris Gore go to his stream. What are you streaming? Oh, we didn't even talk about fucking Avatar, dude.
We didn't.
Well,
we managed to go the whole time. Yeah, but you can talk about it on your stream though, that they can watch, right?
So I have seen Avatar: Way of Water, and I'll be talking about it on my live stream, which starts in 45 minutes. And I'll be talking about it with Alan Ing. I don't know what Alan thinks, so I'm interested to hear what he thinks. I'll give you a quick preview because you DM'd me on Twitter, Gary. We had a quick chat. It's so flawed. There's so many flaws. There's like cringeworthy dialogue, laughable dialogue. The story is thin. So many parts of it are weak. It has all the flaws you've seen in every James Cameron movie. You know, the ending drags forever. It's 3 hours long, 3 hours and 10 minutes long. Oof. And it's just an incredibly flawed film. And I can't wait to see it again.
Are the humans the bad guys? Are the military the bad guys again?
The military and the humans from Earth are the bad guys.
Oh, man.
You'll be interested to know.
So
that,
surprised.
Unless I missed it, because I did go to the bathroom twice during the movie, they're all white except for one Chinese woman.
So why are they the bad guys again? Is there another bad guy coming up?
Good people. There are good people among them, including Jermaine Clement, who plays a scientist. I don't want to go into too much detail.
I love that guy.
But it's so flawed. Like the publicist had to come into the theater because there were only like 25 of us in the theater for 500 to say, please stop laughing, because we were laughing during so much of the dialogue. There's just stuff that's just laugh a lot. But here's why it works. It's literally reminds me of Top Gun Maverick in the sense that Top Gun Maverick seems like it was made in a different time. It's a popcorn blockbuster with not a huge big message. The message in this, the first one is about colonizers and plundering resources from a foreign land. This is about whales. This is about whales and whaling. But
I think I still own my comic shop when the script was written. So yeah, like it was written at the time.
it's here's why it stands out, and here's why I think it's going to resonate and be a huge hit. Because I've seen all the movies. I've gone to the movies every single week, Gary. It's my church. I go to the movies. I see good and bad. And there's that sort of like Hollywood doesn't have values, and it reflects in the work. This movie, and it's shocking, this movie has a strong father. The patriarch of the family, Jake Sully, is a strong dad who loves his family. He has 4 kids, 2 girls, 2 boys, and of course, his wife, and they're living the life in Pandora.
Zoe. Yeah.
Yeah, Zoe, she's great. But what I'm saying is, here's why this movie is relatable in the way that every movie that underperformed and I will say this, the underwater stuff, I saw it in 3D, is incredible. Ryan Coogler should be embarrassed. His Tokando or whatever, the Talakalu, or I can't remember the names. They're so stupid. They're so stupid. Talukan. Okay. Yeah, it looks like people are using the water for a bathroom. It's so cloudy and dark, which is a cheat for CGI. When you want to have CGI, throw in some rain or some clouds, make it look dark when you don't have a good budget. It looks stunning. He should be embarrassed. But everything in this film is relatable. It's about a family and the things you can relate to. I would do anything to protect my family. I would do anything to save my children. It's also things that gets into the lives of the kids. The kids. So in parts of it feel like a YA novel, right? Like it's the kids and there's bullying and they integrate into a more water culture and there's young love. There is, if you've seen a James Cameron movie, you kind of know what you're in for. It's strong women, but they're strong women, not male roles where you swap the gender. So it comes with all the flaws of James Cameron, but it stands in contrast because it has these deep-seated family values. It has morality. These things and so many things that are relatable. Leaving your home to go to another place, leaving, a young love, trying to integrate into a new society, new friends, there's just things that our kids are going to eat this movie up. When I say kids, I mean probably north of single digit age, like 9 and above, are going to be blown away. I mean, I sat next to a woman I know is a critic, Sasha Stone, and we're both like laughing at how dumb parts of the movie are. There's some huge logic things that don't make any sense in the end, but we're sitting there like, I really enjoyed it because it's a popcorn movie we don't see. And I think it's going to resonate with families and moviegoers in a way that nothing this year has resonated other than biggest film, Top Gun.
Yep.
Top Gun. So it's in that realm. Now, look, nobody knows anything in entertainment. I can't 100% certainty say that it's going to be a hit, but I'm really looking forward to seeing it with a packed audience. And also the action scenes, I just jaw-dropping. Some of the action scenes are just so over the top. And it's like someone put all of James Cameron's movies in a blender, Titanic, the first Avatar, Aliens, just all in a blender, The Abyss, and just put them on puree. And I'm not telling you there's not stuff that's completely stupid and dumb and bad dialogue and just like stuff where you just go, oh God, or this 30 minutes is like for kids. But it's I don't know, like Garrett, I don't know how old your kids are, if they're old enough to sit through a movie, or maybe you have an oldest one that would want to see it. Like,
yeah, he's about 11, probably about that age you're talking
age,
about.
Probably, yeah.
That is the perfect go with your son, just you and him. It is also a father-son story, and I'm sitting here. Why am I liking this so much when I know it's stupid? I know it's stupid. When do you
It's just like harkens back to that time of just kind of stupid fun Hollywood. That's what it sounds like.
Yes.
I'm just gonna have to see if I can sit through the climate change stuff.
That's the
It's not about that. It's about whaling. It's about whales and whaling very specifically. There's no James Cameron doesn't put his themes under the surface. It's right there. But it's you looking at this going like, wow, this is a father-son story. Like you're also have the opportunity, Garrett, to see the movie through your son's eyes. And he's going to look at it differently because he's going to see himself in the young in the young sons. You're going to see yourself in Jake Sully, the father. And I'm telling you, this movie is going to resonate in a way. And I hope it makes $3 billion because it's a big middle finger to the themes that they've been trying to shoehorn in to mainstream entertainment. This is as mainstream as it gets. And I am rooting for it to succeed. While I can sit there, there's a huge logic. I can't wait to talk spoilers with you guys because there's so many things that you're like, why did this happen? This is stupid, whatever. But at the same time, like you walk out and I don't know. I'm really interested to hear what X-Ray Girl thinks too. So
we'll find out.
Yeah,
I'm probably gonna love it then.
Probably freaking love it.
I think the chat is going to be. They're really interested to know: are there any sharks in the movie?
Yeah. And were they named Mike?
No, there are no sharks named Mike,
Oh,
but
that's
there
a
are
bummer.
like predators, new types of I'm going to talk about it with Alan in 37 minutes. I gotta.
Yeah, I got a meeting in 7
Yeah.
minutes.
Sorry. I just
okay. No, we can talk about it. It's all good.
No, I want to talk about it with you guys, and so for FNT, not this Friday, but next Friday, you'll all have seen it.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can bring you. We can bring you on. We'll bring you on.
Maybe, yeah. If you got some room, I'll come on for a little bit. I don't
yeah,
want to. I don't want to take anyone's slot. I don't want to.
Jennifer Lawrence is trending right now.
What? Because she made the dumb comment.
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver was also trending. I think
also
because
trending.
of that. Because they're like, hey, hello.
That's getting
Well,
around.
Linda Hamilton.
Right?
What about Carrie Fisher? Carrie Fisher.
Uma Thurman.
Jesus.
I know.
Oh my God. Like, I mean, that's a first of all, that conversation's a good conversation because it just shows you that historically speaking, women can if the movie's really good, people will see it Women can do action roles. Anyone saying that is a moron. So that agent, that person, that producer who said that to her, screw that person. That person was probably trying to bring down her rate, to tell her, she was trying to devalue her to like, well, so fuck that guy who told her that. And she should have clarified when she repeated it. And you should know your film history.
Yep.
So,
all right. Thanks, Chris. Garrett, anything quick?
Hey, tonight with Blabs, we're going to be talking about Harry Potter. We're going to be hanging out, talking about Harry Potter franchise.
Tell her.
You want to come? You can come on.
Oh, no,
it's on my channel. So
it's on your channel. Yeah. I'll just correct all your mistakes.
I'm halfway through rereading the books, so it'll be fun to chat with Blabs about that.
Too. Ever since Orlando.
I want just a quick thing with Garrett. Will you take your son to see it? So when you go on FNT, you can talk about your son's reaction.
Yeah.
I would love to hear.
He is my boy. Well, my boy goes anyway. So
yeah, but like it really, like I did not expect there to be to lean into family so much, and
as much as it did.
It'll
be interesting to see what the audiences, how they react to it. Because
yes,
if like you're saying, like it's the opposite of what Hollywood has been pushing for the last like 4 or 5 years. If people see that and go, look, it's just a fun family story, action. There's some action there. Sure, I love whales too, and maybe it'll catch people. I'm sure it'll make a shit ton of money regardless.
But it's the thing that Cameron did so well is everything in the movie is relatable, even though it's all blue people. So,
Free Willy with blue people.
X-Ray Girl.
I will be on Locals tonight and Rumble game. I'm gonna do more Dark Tide, and then Poor Choices. Talk about relationship stuff with Tugs.
Girl shit.
Okay. We get into some rituals. Okay, we talk about some weird stuff.
We got Friday Night Tights with Sargon. Oh God.
Ooh,
Carl Benjamin. So
Friday Night Sharks.
Yeah. Yeah. Named Mike. There's an overrepresentation of people in Mike during Shark Week. That was the dumbest fucking headline I've ever seen.
What was that? That was ridiculous.
What?
Yeah.
You didn't see that?
You didn't see that? I tweeted it. Go look up.
a real thing.
Guys, I don't go on Twitter a lot. Okay.
There's a real quick. A real headline from the Washington Post. God, I'm going to be late to this meeting. No, I won't be. I got 3 minutes. I don't even want to talk to him, but we'll figure it out probably on Zoom. I don't know. I don't even have Zoom. Here it is. Here it is.
Oh, you got it.
Shark Week lacks diversity, overrepresents men named Mike. Scientists say.
Thanks, scientists.
That's from the real Washington Post. Jeff Bezos' Washington Post. Researchers say Discovery's programming overwhelmingly featured white men as experts while emphasizing negative messages about sharks, the predator that will eat you.
That's so
stupid.
Yeah.
Thank you, scientists.
Thank you, media, for being retarded. That's where we'll end it. We're going to end it cold. So thanks, everyone, for watching. Thanks to the Modrotics. Thanks to everyone who left Super Chat donation. We appreciate you help keep the lights on. I will be doing a Super Chat square up. Next live stream will be Friday Night Tights with Sargon. So talk to you later.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.